just makes me wonder if he switched spots. It's because so many people were showing up there, so I'm just going to take a ride down here. We're going to take a ride back up, trying to look for any signs of him being down here. Hey, thanks for being in here from the UK. I appreciate you. We're out looking for this lost puppy, or abandoned puppy again. We just left the area where we've left him food, but we're now checking the roadside, just seeing if there's any signs of him moving his location at all. Screen is blank. It shouldn't be. Oh, awesome, Carol. Thank you for watching our lives. That's what I'm thinking too. Roaming in the woods. Look at this. Got creeks coming over the road here. Got a little bit of a washout right here. Yeah, I love the bridge out in the Oxbow area. We're now up in northern St. Lawrence County, outside of Brazier right now. This is Brazier State Forest. It's 19,000 acres, and there's a lot of truck trails and side-by-side trails. Yeah, this is just one of the state parks or state forests. You got to remember, in upstate New York, there's 7 million acres of the Adirondack State Park. So when there's a lot of people don't realize how big New York is. You know, they think New York, they think New York City. They don't think of upstate. And there's 7 million acres of the Adirondack State Park, and Brazier Forest is not even a part of it, I don't believe. I believe Brazier State Forest is just one of the other ones. Next to Brazier State Forest, there's another one that's about 4,000 acres. So there's a lot of areas. This is going to be a good spot right over here. Look for paw prints. This is all soft sand, and I kind of just want to take a peek over real quick here with you guys and see if we see any paw prints. Any signs of digging. Yeah, it looks like there might be a couple little ones right over there. Yeah, he might be walking up and down the roads then. Well, that's somewhat a good sign. That means there's a good chance he could get found a lot easier. Okay, yep. Tennessee's beautiful too. We're going to go up to the end of this road and just kind of then turn around and go back down the other way. We're just seeing if there's any signs of him being up here, and so far we did find paw prints over there in the sand. So it's a good chance he could be walking up the road. Sometimes when dogs are abandoned and the people go back to where they were, the dogs will follow that path. They have a good sense of smell and a very good sense of direction. So I think what was happening was he was dropped off there. He was waiting for his owners to come back, and when he realized, maybe he took off down here, because this would be one of the areas that they could have came from. If we are able to get this puppy, this will be number, I think, 20. Possibly number 20 that I've rescued. I kind of lost count. I've been doing this since I was like 11 years old. First dog I ever rescued was a German Shepherd that somebody had tied a chain around his neck and just left him. And he broke the chain and wandered in my parents' yard. I brought him some hot dogs out and petted him. Went to go get the chain off, and he nipped at me, and that's when I realized that the chain was hurting him, and I was able to get the chain off. The chain was tied so tight around his neck that it was actually growing into his skin. Yeah, I don't know how people can abandon dogs either. It honestly makes me sick to my stomach thinking about it. I think we're going to turn around right here and head back that way. Yeah, this is the turnaround. Good. We're heading back to where we just were. Let's see if he's up there. I am limited on fuel today, so I got to be very careful and do a couple passes. But what I'm going to do is come back later on tonight, probably as well, just to check and see if he's still out here. It'll be a lot easier to catch him at night than it will be to catch him during the day. And I know my cousin Dave, if he is watching, will be like, there's no way you're coming up here at night. And I'm like, yep, I would do it. Especially after what Dave and I had happen last night. It was creepy. What we usually do on this channel is paranormal and cryptid investigations. There's a lot of sightings of Bigfoot, Dogman, even ghosts out here. And last night we kind of had what we think was the trifecta. We had a rock thrown. The audio on that was caught. It landed next to the truck after I gave a Bigfoot whoop out. I also saw this. It looked like a person. It almost looked like somebody who was albino that was bald. But they had very white skin, but they had red eyes, but it wasn't like red glowing eyes. It didn't give me like an evil kind of feeling. It was just very weird. And we saw him for a second in the woods, and then he was gone. I had turned and saw him, and I told Dave. Dave turned to look, and the thing was gone. And then Dave actually, at one point, we started hearing footsteps coming out of the woods towards the truck, and that's when we were like, okay, we need to get out of here. So later on tonight, I will be coming up here. I will be alone. I don't have anybody to go with me, so it will be me on YouTube Live driving just like this. I have a big spotlight on the top of the truck. The biggest reason I want to come back out here is to make sure the puppy's still here, the puppy's still safe. I will not be getting out of the truck though, guys. We will be staying in the truck. This area has black bear, it has bobcat, it has coyotes, it has wolves. There's a lot of creatures, and apparently possibly a pack of feral dogs out here as well. So we got to be very, very, very careful on how we pursue this. Have you heard of Vincent Lord Paranosis Ghost TMV? Was at Friday the 13th building last night. Paranosis. Oh, I've heard of Paranosis, yeah. Yep, I know who they are. This flooding's bad. This creek, look at this over here. This creek's coming right up, and that's like 4 feet, 3 feet deep down there probably. And that is rushing right over the road. Well, we're gonna do a little something crazy here for a second, because this is gonna help the road clear out a lot more. Don't try this at home, kids. There we go. Water's rushing a lot better now. I just dug up the road a little bit, so it opened up the waterway there, and now it's flowing over. See, this is why I want to get a side-by-side for our investigations. We're hoping we get enough funding so we can start getting a side-by-side and coming down here. Then we can go deeper in the woods. I mean, you got to think, guys, there's 19,000 acres just here in this state forest. If we had a side-by-side, there's 7 million acres in New York. And we have Starlink internet now, so where we can go anywhere, even if there is no cell service. What our plan is to do is mount Starlink on the back of the side-by-side. So when we're driving, we always have service no matter where we are. No matter how deep we get into the woods, we will have service. That's a lot of untapped, unexplored locations right there. Okay, this is where the puppy was, so we're gonna check again. Trying to stay quiet as much as possible, so I don't want to spook them. We're gonna pull in and we're gonna shut the truck off. Just pull in, shut the truck off. Be very quiet about it. To see if anything comes in. If he comes in, once you're able to get one, it will be extremely useful. Absolutely. Did you see the northern lights? No. We had cloud coverage here with the northern lights last night, unfortunately. Hey, Brandy, how's it going? I think you guys might be right. I think he might just be up kind of walking around at this point. Well, I don't think we should sit here. I think I'll come back up at night. I was able to come up here at night and be able to actually kind of, not really sneak up on him, but I was able to, oh, wait, hold on a second. No, that's not him, that's Branch. Hold on. That might be him, hold on. I think I see him. I think I might see him up here. It looks like he might be laying in the brush.
definitely something moving around out here. I think he's up there, because I can hear something moving. Just gonna stand here and wait for a minute. No, I don't think he knows I'm here, so I don't really need to kneel. When I kneeled last night, it didn't work for him. He just kept moving back, but I hear movement, and he didn't move when I came out. So I'm actually hearing multiple things moving. We have something over here, we have something over here. So I'm gonna back away because I don't know if this is the puppy or if this is that pack of feral dogs. And they're getting closer, so we're gonna back away. That's a warning right there from that bird, so that means there is something there. Or move back. There is something out there, because that bird just went off and let off a warning. We got something over here to the right, too. It's right here. Oh, it's a bird. It's a bird. Those birds are probably eating this. The dog food. I just got wet dog too. Yeah. I think there's a couple of them out here. Because I just smelled wet dog really, really bad. I don't know, guys. So, I think the best thing for us to do is come back here later on tonight. Probably right after dark. And I'm going to bring the spotlight on. We're going to try to see if we can find them. But I'm going to bring you guys along with me as we drive out of the woods. Look at my iPhone. Okay, here we go, guys. I will be on YouTube because TikTok doesn't allow you to drive. YouTube is fine with it as long as you're using a hands-free device, which we are. TikTok, I kept on getting banned. Unfortunately, there are people on TikTok that have no lives but to sit on. There's a lot of like other ghost teams and other people that sit on other teams and people's lives and report them. So I don't do drive lives anymore, even though there are multiple people that do it on TikTok. I'm only going to be doing the drive lives on YouTube and then TikTok when we get parked. Just seeing if maybe he's up here at all. I think whoever said, yeah, he's probably walking the woods, you guys are probably right. He's probably out scavenging and getting some water. There's a lot of lakes and little ponds up here. Plenty of little food sources, or he's trying to get back to his owner.
which I'm hoping that's not the case, because then if he gets lost, it's not good. Huh. Well, that's weird. That was Amish horse and buggy. That makes me wonder. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that, but a lot of the Amish people up here have no respect for animals. There was one guy that went out and left his horse just dying in the field. They don't see the world like we do, and they don't really care. As bad as that is to say. Thank you. No, the dead cows were a farmer up outside of Hogansburg. He lives his life a lot like the Amish. This is what bothers me right here. This shit right here, guys. Garbage. Just left out in the freaking woods. Somebody decided to come out here and just make a big burn pit. This shit grinds my freaking gears. Like, the forest isn't your dumpster. Look at this. Freaking truck tire over there. I don't know if this is state land or not. This should be state. Yeah, this should be part of the state forest. Look at this. Oh, the DC knows this. Look at this. Beer cans. Left everywhere. Busch Light can. Freaking Smirnoff. Somebody's shirt. Freaking disgusting. No way to identify anybody's stuff either. Definitely a party. Like, I don't mind if you guys party out in the woods, but like leaving this shit is... Look at freaking red Solo cups up here. Red Solo cup. 2 red Solo cups right there. Freaking pile of them over here. Marlboro cigarettes. Twisted tea. Look at this. Chicken tenders. They left their food container out. There's plastic container there. More red Solo. Look at the freaking red. Look at this. Shit is ridiculous. Definitely a party. Red Solo cups there. Red Solo cups there. Solo cups there. Goes all over the fucking place. Jesus. Like, don't get me wrong, I had my days of partying, but I never left a freaking dump heap out here. It's what you bring garbage bags for, and just throw everything back, you know? Yeah. Like, I'm all down for having a big fire like this, but don't throw your freaking garbage in it and not burn it. Stupid people. Red Solo cup. Toby Keith, yeah. Well, if you need any red Solo cups, you know where to find them, right out here. Well, not just even on the state property, like, frig. Even if you have your own property, I mean, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but, like, I'm the kind of person that I like to try to respect nature as much as possible. That's a lot of plastic out there, freaking animals. There's broken glass, that's why I didn't drive the truck up in there. But, geez, like, it's freaking bad. There's garbage everywhere. Look, there's freaking garbage on the road, too. What is that, Dairy Queen cup? Yep. That's still got freaking alcohol in it. A Twisted Tea box. I don't know if we're on state land anymore or not. Yep, state land forest sign over there. But this left side might be private property. Not 100% sure. Oh, God. Yeah, it is state land right there. State forest. Yeah, so they were doing all of that right on freaking state land property. Friggin' idiots. Well, I'm going to go back out here tonight. I'm going to contact a couple people I know up here in this area and see if they want to go with me. I know Dave's gone to get his tattoo touched up. And tomorrow's Mother's Day, so I know that he can't be out late and stuff. So I'm going to see if I can find someone who wants to ride along and see if we can find this puppy. Probably gonna go get some food, go home, take JJ out, give him some food, and then probably go out fishing for a little bit, do some stuff for work. I gotta get some AI done. No, 100% agree, Andrea. Like, even if it's your own private property where you have the rights to basically do whatever the hell you want, like, I don't know, just be respectful of the animals and shit and all the nature out there and stuff. I always bring contractor bags when I partied, and I just said, hey, be nice. Like, we actually at one point, we had a 4x4 that we had framed with a stand and everything, and this 4x4, you could hook a contractor bag right up to it. Oh wait, I just got a message about the puppy. Hold on. Okay, I just left there. There's dog food. I haven't seen the puppy at all, but I'm gonna run back through here tonight and see if I can see him. I got a big spotlight on the top of my truck, and that's how we were able to find him last night. Okay, so yeah, and see, the thing out here, you want to respect the land, because there are stories of skinwalkers and wendigos and really, really ancient spirits out here, like elementals. I mean, look at that. Look how beautiful that is out there. When you go out there and you anger the spirits by desecrating their freaking land, you're going to have to deal with the consequences. I've heard stories of people partying out in these woods. One guy was smashing a beer bottle, and he said he heard "Get Out," and it was loud, and there was nobody else out there. Like, man, I would crap my pants if I heard "Get Out" if I'm standing out in the woods in the dark by myself. I'll have to see if I got any bacon. You know what would be smart is to have the fire back in that campfire and cook bacon right on some cast iron, but last night Dave and I had a lot of stuff going on, so I don't want to go out there alone and not have... That's the one thing. A lot of people are like, go do this alone, go do this alone. It's not a game. Like, especially up here, this is not an area that you want to fuck around with, because there's not just spirits, there's animals. There's bears, there's bobcats, there's lynx, there's coyotes, there's wolves. There's even mountain lions that have been spotted up here. The last thing you want to do is go out here not just because of the wildlife, but there are caves, there are sinkholes. There are things that you could be scooped. Like the sinkhole scares me more than a freaking bear does. Like in all reality, the sinkhole, like people that just end up disappearing, people who go on hikes. You have to be careful. So if you are going out and you're doing paranormal investigations or cryptid investigations, always go in twos. Don't ever go out by yourself. It's not safe. Well, I had one person that I talked to not too long ago, and she said she was down at the lower part of the Adirondacks. She's hiking the trails. She had her boyfriend with her at the time. And they were walking around, and all of a sudden, she heard her name getting called from the woods and like crying, and it sounded like her boyfriend. And they had split up, and he was walking further ahead, so she thought he was in trouble. Then she realized the voice was from behind her, like down the trail and off to the side into the woods. Something was mimicking his voice, trying to get her to go off the trail and split from him. And she yelled to him, and he responded back in front of her, and she was like, what the hell? And she ran up and told him, and they left. They never went back to that area. There are things out in these woods that they're tricksters. They're predators. They're I don't know if they're just entities or physical beings, but there are things out here that are terrifying. And Evan has started to get a couple, we've gone out a couple times and had some creepy stuff happen. And it's, like I said, it's not something, it's not a game. You don't want to just chase after something. People think the Appalachian Mountains are scary. The Adirondack Mountains are pretty scary too. Yeah, they absolutely are. David, yeah, absolutely. Skinwalkers. Is this my cousin, Dave? Can't tell. I've never seen him on here. But I'm guessing this is Dave, my cousin, if I'm correct. No. Oh. Okay. Sorry about that. I thought you were my cousin Dave, who goes out with me on this stuff. Yeah, there are a lot of stories of skinwalkers and wendigos out here. Oof. Hey, how's it going? Massachusetts. Okay, nice. I've been down to Salem. Like it down in that area. We've done Salem, Massachusetts. We've done the Jersey Pine Barrens. We did Emily's Bridge in Vermont. We did Cold Hollow Werewolf Story. My plan eventually is to get up to Maine. There's some stories up there with USOs and Bigfoot stories up there. We're in New York State right now. The farther they sound, the closer they are. Oof. That's creepy. That's just creepy in general there. The farther they sound, the closer. She said that it sounded like off in the distance, so I'm wondering if that means it was like right up on her. Yeah, this definitely has pine barrens. The Pines Barrens kind of feel. Like I said, this is 19,000 acres. And next to us is another state forest that has like 3,000. And then another one next to that has over 11,000. And then when you go about 30 minutes south of here, you hit the Adirondack State Park, and that's 7 million acres. So there's, for people who say that things can't exist out in these woods that we haven't seen, like there's no such thing as Bigfoot or cryptids or Dogman. Let me just put this in perspective. There are people that I have known who have lived in New York for 80 years and have never seen a moose. Yet there are moose all over here. So you're telling me something big and elusive can't escape sight? I'm gonna call you on that one. What is this sitting in the middle of the road? Just a rock. Just a rock. Oh yeah, there's mega territory. So our plan is eventually getting a subscription feature on our website. We have a website. If you guys haven't checked it out, click on the link in our bio. We're going to put up a subscription feature where it's $4.99 a month, and you guys get access to behind-the-scene videos, private live investigations with Evan and I. So Evan is the cinematographer for Finding Bigfoot, Expedition Unknown, Destination Truth, Ghost Nation with Jason Hawes and Stephen Tango. So we're going to be producing a show up here, and once we get enough money, we want to get a side-by-side. We just got Starlink internet, so we have the satellite dish for Starlink, and we'll be able to go into locations that have never been explored on live video. So we're going to be able to take you guys to some really cool places. I've walked in the woods since I was 4 to 7 years old. Never seen anything like that as a kid. Yeah. My first Bigfoot sighting was when I was 10. I was 10 years old. I was riding my bike with my friends. Actually, the forest connects to this forest. And we had something following us through the woods, and it was large. I'm talking 7.5 feet tall, black, looked like a gorilla and a orangutan mixed. It was terrifying. That would have been 1998 when that happened. Yeah, the thing was massive. It was actually using saplings, because we were riding our bikes, and we had mountain bikes. We were riding pretty fast. It was using the saplings like ski poles. It was like swinging off, like not taking its full body off the ground, but like propelling itself forward to keep up with us. And then we would stop, and it would stop. And I think that it didn't think that we saw it, because when it stopped, it wasn't like hiding behind anything, because there was nothing to hide behind but small saplings. And it would just stand there and look at us. And then finally, we just started booking it out of the woods, and it followed us until we reached the dead end stop sign. And when we crossed over it, it disappeared into the woods. It was gone. But I know what I saw was not a black bear or any known creature up here. I mean, my family are all hunters, and you know, we've owned 200 acres in the Adirondacks, and I've seen every animal you can basically see out here. I've seen mountain lion, bobcat, bear, coyote, wolf, lynx. I've seen all different kinds of animals out here. Whatever that thing was, I have no idea. I do. We just had a bear show up about 2 years ago. Never had fear of animals like that before in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing, is there's more sightings of things because we're moving into their areas. Slowly, these areas are becoming more and more populated with hunting camps, and then new towns are popping up. And the thing is, that's why I think the Adirondacks has gotten so bad with not only cryptids but paranormal activity, is because we're drawing them all into that one area. And I mean, there's 7 million acres in there that are all now being, every other area is kind of starting to dwindle down. Like 10-15 years ago, I don't even know if these trails existed. And if they did, they were very small, and they were probably ATV trails. Now we have the ability to drive up here with my truck. Let me tell you, for the amount of trail that we have here, there are hundreds of miles of trails for ATVs and side-by-sides that we could be going down. We're doing fundraising to get a side-by-side, because then Evan and I carry our equipment. We can have Starlink internet on the back, and we can get deep into these locations. I did have somebody take me with an ATV one day to show me how many trails were out here, and we ended up driving 130 miles in the woods. We were gone for 12 hours in this side-by-side, and it was absolutely insane, some of the areas that we saw, how deep into the forest we got. And it really showed me the untapped cryptid areas for investigations that we could have. And that's the thing. We're gonna get out here, man. Like we're gonna find it, because we have so much area we can explore. It's insane. See right here, trail. There's another trail that way. We're staying straight here, but there's another trail off to the left. I believe I actually have a map of all the trails in my door, and it shows literally how vast this area is. I mean, just for example, all state land right there. There's ATV trails all over the place through here. Look at this right here. Another area you can drive up in. But I won't drive my truck in there because this is my daily driver. I'm trying to be careful because this is the only vehicle I got. It's my daily driver. This is not built for off-road. It does have four-wheel drive. Oh, thanks, Howard. I appreciate it. This truck's got four-wheel drive, but it's not meant for off-roading. Like, it can off-road, but I don't usually do it just because of being the only vehicle I have. I don't want to puncture tires and mess up my shocks. I just had to replace my back shocks on this thing. So that's why we're going to eventually get an ATV or a side-by-side, just so we can start making some tracks up in here and really discovering what's back here. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for us. We really appreciate it. And if you can share this out, share out the page, please do. Yeah, take a look at this, guys. It's wetlands, there's swamps, there's ponds. So many different beautiful locations to explore. That's why we call ourselves the Explorers of the Unknown, because we're starting to take you guys on locations that most people can't get to. We're pushing further with new technology to be able to get out to these places. We have our merchandise store that's dropping soon. We have the subscriber feature that's going to be dropping soon. And there's a lot coming right now that I'm extremely excited for. Giant potholes. I'd drive like you stole it if you saw Squatch. Hey, if you ever win, if I'd ever win a side-by-side, you'd be the first person I would tell I wouldn't really need it. First person I would tell. If I won a side-by-side, that'd be incredible. We've had a lot of people support this channel. You're pixelating? Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that might happen. See, we have all the setup for Starlink, but we're not activating it until we have the subscriber feature out so we can pay for it with that subscriber money. See, that's the thing. All the money that we get won't be going into our pockets for us to go on a vacation or anything. It'll be going in to fund the show. Be able to give you guys better content and go to better locations, so... Right now, Evan and I have completely funded this channel ourselves. We had no sponsorships that gave us money. It was all sponsored by us. And we're both in it together for around $50,000. Yeah. You heard me right. $50,000 is what we're both into this. In the past 2 years, I've been doing TikToks, paying for all the gasoline, paying for food, paying for hotels on trips, paying for locations to get into. And I spent just around $25,000. And when Evan came in, he started buying stuff. We got the Starlink, we got computers, we got cameras, we got, different editing tools, like Premiere subscriptions, AI video cutting, AI programs to create images to show you guys what we're going after. I mean, there's a lot, and every month we have bills that come up that we take care of, and we're paying for it all ourselves right now. So that's why we're putting the subscriber feature out, is so, we can have some help with this, because we have a passion for it, and we want it to grow even more. We want to be able to take you guys to locations that haven't always been able to be gone to. Unless you're on a hiking trail and you want to hike it, but you wouldn't even be able to go live. And that's the thing. That's why we have Starlink. We bought that. Once we activate it, we can go anywhere. And that's the amazing thing. We're now coming up on the main road here. So yeah, guys, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're working on, and there's gonna be a lot more coming that we haven't even talked to you guys about yet. But also, if you're ever looking to do a paranormal investigation, subscribe to this channel. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers, all free. Hit the subscribe button, hit all notifications turned on, right? Once we hit 10,000 subscribers, we're gonna be taking 3 lucky people that we draw. You guys just have to get out there. We're paying for all the expenses to get in, and you get to go to one of the most haunted locations that I've ever been to. And you get to work with me and Evan. And if you don't know who Evan is, he is the cinematographer and filmmaker for all these different ghost shows and paranormal shows and like Bigfoot shows. Literally for the last 20 years, he's worked on so many different projects. Ghost Nation, Expedition Unknown, Destination Truth, Expedition X, Finding Bigfoot. All these shows, he was there, he worked on it, he's traveled the world. And you get a chance to work with him, so that's pretty cool. And we will pay, like I said, we pay for your way in. You just have to get out there. So, I'm not revealing the location yet. I will say it is in New York. And it is really, really amazing. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to hop off live, and I will talk to you all soon.